Level 100, with the winds. Alphinaud has something he wishes to tell you.
Every day, more and more people regain their memories of their lost loved ones. No longer will beings like Calix be able to manipulate their fear and ignorance as he once did. That being the case, Alize and I have come to a decision.
We will depart Taral in the coming days. Other nations must be informed about Alexandria, a necessary step to ensure lasting peace. Then, we shall return to Garlemald. Our experiences here should serve us well in the ongoing restoration efforts.
However, one pressing matter remains. Calix's summoning ritual was tied to a concept of his own creation. Ascian involvement is assured, but we have yet to ascertain the extent of their influence on the Ninth.
I have done what I can to treat the enthralled and those still afflicted with Levin sickness, and may now devote my undivided attention to an investigation.
Then we shall leave this one in your capable hands. Do let us know if you turn anything up.
It's Erenville. My time in Tural is at an end, and so I'm headed to the harbor now.
Oh, Erenville's leaving.
We'll meet again. Of that I'm certain. Until then, I wish you safe travels.
Promise you'll look after yourself. You could have let me know in time to see you off.
And pull you away from more important business. Perish the thought. Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Sorry to interrupt, but I thought you'd like to know. I've detained the fugitive.
Okay.
He promises to tell us before he sets sail, only to try and sneak aboard his boat with nary a hug goodbye. Cold bastard. But there's still time before they weigh anchor.
That boy. We should make for the harbor ere he wriggles free of Lamachi's grasp.
If we're heading the same way, we might join him on the ship. Good company is always welcome on a long voyage, is it not?
What? Now? I haven't finished packing.
Knowing you, the essentials are already accounted for.
Oh. Fine, if we must. But you're helping pack the rest. And I hope you've decided on a souvenir for Eunice.
I have several ideas as it happens.
Ever aligned in purpose, if not execution.
Lest you wonder, Kryl and I intend to remain here with Y'shtola.
To continue our study of the key, naturally. By all accounts, Preservation's facility promises to yield some answers.
Shale has been conducting a more thorough examination. She may have insights to share.
Then why not invite her along to see everyone off? Surely she'd want to be there too.
All right. Where are we going? Back room. Headed to the back room. Proceed. What news? Can't imagine you thought an entourage. You brought an entourage along to simply say hello. That eager to be on their way, are they? I'll join you. I owe them thanks on behalf of Oblivion, after all. And there I thought you would protest against being parted from your work. Well, I am curious to see what emerges once every piece of the puzzle is in place. The majority of the files we've unearthed are encrypted. There's little else I can do until the computer's finished with. Besides, unlike our friends, Containment Complex 1029 isn't going anywhere. In other words, we won't be getting any answers today. Afraid not. It's going to be a while yet. Shall we depart for Tuliolo forthwith? Even Lamachi's strength has its limits. Without further delay, then. The harbor. Be starting on a new storyline leading into the next expansion, right? Well, I mean, this will be the beginning, and then we'll get more for the next patch. I wish you all would not make such a fuss. I am not fond of emotional partings. At least Alphanaut and Alizé were considerate enough to inform me of their plans in advance by link pearls. Some people we know would have burst out of a crate mid-voyage. In any event, I shall wait here until they finish their preparation.
There they are.
You look well. No lingering effects, then?
Ah, I'm hale as ever. And busy with work.
I imagine there's no shortage of affairs to put in order. Are Kona and Galuldra faring well?
Kona is off to survey our nation and its peoples. He wants to consult with local representatives and hear their thoughts on our policies. And Gululdra's really taken to his training. I feel like he's been spending more time with the Landsguard than me lately.
Standing here, I cannot help but remember the day of our arrival in Tuliolo. The rite of succession feels so long ago.
You knew not of what would happen between my father and Zorolja, nor of Alexandria and its queen. It was to aid a naive claimant that you came to Tural. But you've done so much more for me. For the entire nation of Tuliyola. We owe you a greater debt than we can ever repay. But that doesn't mean we can't try. Whenever you need an ally, we'll stand with you.
Allow me to echo that sentiment. Not only were you kind to me when I awakened a stranger in my own land, you extended your grace to Alexandria again and again. And on behalf of myself and my people, thank you for curing the ailment that for centuries tormented us.
I'll look forward to our next visit. I'm sure we'll have exciting stories to share with one another.
Ever since I introduced you to Wuklamat, you've faced no end of hardships. Many of them her fault. Yet I feel no remorse, only gratitude. For without your aid, I would not have had the chance to say goodbye. Nor vowed to explore every corner of the world. To see what we haven't seen. Shall we?
Rest assured, upon arriving, we shall make it a priority to visit Tataru and assuage her myriad fears.
I expect the sight of you two will be a balm for her worry-laden heart.
Safe journey, and remember to enjoy it.
Give my regards to Oblivion. And thank you for all you did for my mother.
Come back soon!
Take care!
That was a proper send-off. Now, time to get back to it.
Duty ever calls for she who loves her realm.
Right. Though, if you need a break, you're always welcome to visit Tuliyola. I'll give you the grand tour. I guess they're really over. Your adventures in Tural. I'll remember our time together for the rest of my days.
Aha! FFXIV spotted!
The Landsguard is looking for you. It's sparring time!
Oh, good thing you're here then. Can't miss that.
So let's go already! Everyone's waiting to see the vow resolve in action!
Sorry, I have to go. Till next time.
And thus do they take to the winds.
To follow their own paths and their hearts, as they should.
Into the mist. Now it is our turn to take to the next step. The question is in what direction, and that is the matter I should like to discuss with you. Level 100 with the winds. Complete. Watch this. Level 100 through the thunder. Prowl has a proposal to make. If I may, I think it's prudent to discuss our future plans elsewhere. We are liable to hinder the dock workers here if we linger. Perhaps the beach would be a more appropriate venue.
Tis truly a beautiful place to roam.
An endless ocean and ever-changing sky. First time I saw them, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was like I was walking among images from our oldest records. And beyond that horizon are more lands and more people. That one I still struggle to imagine.
We ourselves hail from beyond that horizon, in fact. Rather, most of us do. I merely thought I did. Oh, that's right. I can only imagine how it must have felt to learn you're a native of our world. The fact that I wasn't born in the land where I've spent most of my life has taken time to sink in. 'Twas not until I met my parents in living memory that the truth of my origin began to feel real. Your experience is not unlike mine. When first I awoke, the realm everyone spoke of sounded nothing like my own. I had to walk its streets, live and breathe it, before I could accept and embrace my new reality. And for me to embrace mine, I need to learn more about my people, the Milala. We should come upon more information in the course of studying the key, but as Shale's investigation of the containment complex is still ongoing, would you mind if we sought a different avenue of inquiry into the history of the Ninth?
I have no objection. Aught we learn will deepen our understanding of the broader picture.
Agreed. My curiosity extends well beyond our duty to assess Ascian influence.
If it is knowledge of the Ninth's past you seek, I have an idea where to begin. Alexandria was originally part of a landmass known as the Mist Continent. This continent had been left in ruins in the wake of the storm surge, with Alexandria the sole nation to survive the devastation.
The calamity of lightning that ravaged the world.
Aye. Per the sources we recovered from the Underkeep, though the conflict between nations was destructive in its own right, 'twas Levin that dealt the final blow.
No place was spared its fury, and all was chaos in the castle town. We tried to evacuate the people in airships, Otis, the knights and I, but we couldn't save everyone. Those who survived gathered within the barrier, and we took in as many foreign refugees as we could. Yet, despite the dangerous environment, our system showed that there were some few souls who ventured outside the barrier, into the lands beyond.
Beyond? But we thought that was impossible. I was under the impression the star was scoured of life, that man could not survive outside the barrier.
Going by the records, the storm surge extended to every corner of the world. Nothing and nowhere was spared. If anyone did survive out there, it would have been an unimaginable trial.
And yet, those people must have been going somewhere. What if there was a refuge? A place that weathered the storm surge and rebuilt over the intervening 4 centuries?
Given Alexandria's displacement to the source, we had neither cause nor opportunity to survey the remainder of the continent.
Living memory remains physically in the Ninth. If we seek a means of egress, other than the portal connecting it to Alexandria, perhaps it might lead us to the Mist Continent.
Living memory was not transported here despite being a top Everkeep, in which case, it may have been a physically independent space all along.
Meaning, another point of egress could well exist.
And if it does, someone has to be maintaining it. The mechanical soldiers, for instance.
Shall we have a chat with them and see what they know?
If it please your majesty. Will you accompany us? If we do land upon the Mist Continent, I would feel much more assured with you at our side.
I wouldn't miss it for 2 worlds. I would hate to see you obliterated by some lightning beast. Anything for you, just say the word. I wouldn't miss it.
I thought as much. Into the great unknown we go, then.
Guess we're going to the ninth. Now that's settled, I'd best be off. I still need to check for decryption errors periodically, so I can only step away for so long. With luck, I'll have plenty to share the next time we meet. Until then, the rest of us make ready for a potential foray and meet at Laynode Nemno. This clerk has made itself available to answer our question. Clerk PX0093. If one wished to descend to the surface from here, how would they typically do so? Living Memory is currently detached from Everkeep and is operating independently while supported by its aerial suspension system. Thus, both lift and Laynode-based transit is currently unavailable. I apologize for the inconvenience. Despite its ability to remain a law, perhaps Living Memory was never intended to function in this state indefinitely. If so, we're out of luck. Not necessarily. Lifts and Laynodes were likely the preferred modes of transportation, but that does not preclude the existence of others. In the event of an emergency, how would we evacuate this facility? Good question. Consulting emergency systems. Living Memory's airship remains prepared to deploy should evacuation be necessary. Would Your Majesty like to appropriate it? An airship? Yes, please, as soon as is possible. Your Majesty's authorization, the vessel can be readied for launch without delay. Allow me a moment to execute the bypass protocol. Safety tests have been successfully completed, setting the Gate of Remembrance as initial destination. Vessel is en route. Ooh, pretty. That my ship? It was purpose-built for Living Memory. However, it was modeled after the vessel Your Majesty used during the Storm Surge era. A replica. Still, it does mean good to see it. We'll deploy the gangway for boarding. This way, please. In order to reach the surface, we must pass through the storm clouds. I advise you to brace for turbulence. We're gonna have to dodge it 200 times. protecting us. Gale. Ward Alizé gave me is reacting. Though not to the extent of the 13th, the etheric imbalance here is severe indeed. It does serve to impress upon one the marvel of the barrier. Lightning and heritage found is tame by comparison. Land where a land where Levin reigns. Sobering sight, to say the least, but I shan't turn back now that we've come this far. The 100, through the thunder, complete. Level 100, beyond the mountain. Despite the ominous landscape and persistent echoes of thunder, Kral is determined to press on. There are no structures, nor any other sign of survivors that I can see. I suspect the crater made this area unsuitable for habitation due to the increased risk of flooding. And we should look further afield. In which direction do you think we might find a settlement? We're at the edges of Alexandrian territory now. The closest city would be Brno. Should it survive? FF9 reference. As a city-state built on a harbor, it was a nexus of trade, and it remained neutral throughout the war. We Alexandrians always felt fortunate to have it in our neighborhood, so to speak. Not unlike our Razatan. Ah yes, Alphanode has spoken of Razatan before. It's near the South Sea Isles, the Malala homeland, correct? Funnily enough, it was also Trino where the Malala first found a home in our world. Truly. Yes, and though the Malala's population elsewhere grew, most continued to feel a strong connection to the city. I'd like to think some remain there to this day. But PX0093, is this ship capable of taking us to Treno? Shall run a flight simulation for the route to Treno. One moment. Simulation complete. There is a near 100% probability that the ship would suffer catastrophic mechanical failure prior to arrival due to ambient lightning. My apologies. Oh, well, thank you for checking. If we cannot fly, then we shall have to walk. Trino lies beyond the mountains, but there should be routes that spare us having to climb. That cave system, for instance, assuming it hasn't collapsed, let's try there first. Oh, we're going spelunking. This tunnel appears intact. Though we have no way of knowing what it's like further in. And you stay alert for beasts as well. Given the barren surrounds, they're surely ravenous. Mistwake, now accessible. New regular duty has been added to Duty Finder and Duty Support. Oh, we got a dungeon, okay. Oh, let's see what we've got. Mistwalk with a party of other players. There'll probably be people on at this point, huh? Yeah, not a high enough item. Well, let's read it anyway. Beneath the ninth's rolling sky lies the Mist Continent, once home to the Kingdom of Alexandria and her fellow nations. The nearest of these, according to Sveen, was the city-state of Trino. It is toward that potential bastion of civilization that you and your companions now forge a path through the storm. Okay, 7:35. Where am I at? 7:22. have my own. Forward a little bit. You're gonna need a better helmet as well. Those are good. Could just use a different job. Okay, let's go get us better gear and we'll be back. Let me see. Maybe we just. Are we at 735? Nope. I don't have anything high. Close, but not quite. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, we went and got some slightly better gear, so let's queue up for this. Mistwake. Hopefully we won't have to wait a long time. I fixed my portrait. There we go, that's pretty quick. Level 100, Mistwake. Commence. Fight party. Ooh. Mist continent, Mistwake. Electrify. Everybody high. I need to zoom out some. Not played a dungeon in a while. Hope this goes well. See. Electropie. boss. Okay, I get the gist of it. Good. Where the hell do we hide? Do we just turn away from it? Guess we can't just turn away from it. Wipe. Oop. Well, that's not on me. Hey. There's no point waiting on the limit break, it's only the singular one. We'll just do it. How are we supposed to get through this? Can we interrupt it? Okay, well, what are we supposed to do? Like, the AoE just kind of goes everywhere, doesn't it? Ooh. Not quite in range. I'm in range to auto attack. That's about it. Like on the first ball. Like, well, that took longer than it should have. Okay. I got the hang of it. I don't wanna waste it on a ring. There we go. Nice. Very Alexander. Everything's so pink and purple. Things. Not moving on my camera. Not quite all together. Dark gate. What is this supposed to do? Okay. I guess I was just in the right place. Okay, I get the gist of it. Dot. Okay. I see what it is. Okay. 2 down. Much less problematic than the last one. I guess the last one is just like if that first boss, like if the pillars are gone, you're just kind of screwed, huh? These are citizens. I guess some people still live in Treno, huh? Get my bars up before we get to the boss. There we go. Survivor of Storms, Thundergust Griffin. Okay. Oh, I didn't see where that was supposed to be going. You just gonna keep jumping around like that? Yeah. Can't get close to the damn thing. like, what a pain in the ass. Out the way? Okay. I wasn't sure if I quite made that one or not. Ah, it's my communio. Read. Isn't paying attention. Missed the limit break too. I'm a little rusty, but we got him. Perfect, no failures.
And the perimeter is clear. Good work, everyone. And a big thank you to our helpers, whoever you are. Now, we have a tiny bit of clearing up ahead of us. You know what to do.
Our helpers, were we being watched?
So, the city endures. And it is in much better shape than expected.
Impressive, considering the destruction without. The people here must have gone to great lengths to maintain all of this.
Like the cave work as an actual barrier.
Their barrier resembles that of Alexandria,
Oh, there's a barrier.
though it is smaller in scale. And not quite as effective, if the breach we witnessed is any indication. I fear such incidents may be common here.
Thunderous heavens! It's been years since we've had visitors.
Oh, potatoes. I don't remember what they called the Lalafels. The Lalas.
I am Miaili, the Mayor of Treno. Allow me to welcome you to our city. And thank you for the assistance with our little monster problem just now. Might I ask your name, miss? Though I have an inkling I know it already.
But of course, I am Sphene of Alexandria.
As I thought. It truly beggars belief. I once heard the strangest of reports from one of ours who went to Alexandria, you see. That despite the intervening years, the Queen had not aged a day. And sure enough, I'd swear, you'd stepped out of an old oil portrait mere moments ago. Though you must forgive me if this takes some getting used to. It is an honor to meet you, Your Majesty. I look forward to hearing the tale from your own lips. I imagine it won't be an easy one to tell. But please. What happened to Alexandria?
I see. From your perspective, it must have looked as though we were wiped from the face of the star.
One day, we lost all contact with our people in Alexandria. Scouting parties sent to investigate reported that not only the barrier, but Alexandria itself was gone. Nary a stone to mark where it had stood.
what you must have gone through, not knowing what became of us. But know that Alexandria yet survives, albeit in a distant land. Her and her people. I can tell you the whole tale from beginning to end, but first, might I ask your permission to remain in Treno for a time?
Of course you can. You and your companions have already done us a great service, and are more than welcome to enjoy our hospitality. Now, how about we continue this at Town Hall? We needn't keep standing in the middle of the street.
I shall join them. Even with the precautions we've taken, it remains to be seen if Sven's condition will remain stable. I suspect, however, that the rest of you would rather be out and about. Consider this my blessing.
In light of our purpose here, the tour of the city is indeed in order.
I presume you have no objection? With your permission, then. But before we go... allow me to introduce myself as well. I am Cryle, and I hope to learn more of this city and its people. Would it offend if we were to ask a few questions? Perhaps as we work alongside you, aiding you in whatever ways you may require.
You needn't fret. Treno folk are as friendly as they come. As for aid, if you're willing, you might speak with my grandson Lummel. That was his voice you heard earlier. You'll find him serving herbal remedies to the others.
Thank you for your guidance. We shall seek him out first.
Big as this area? There's just a few streets. Figures. Why, if it isn't our new friends, thanks again for making short work of our foes. If you've gone to the trouble of seeking me out, I can only assume it's for good reason. You want to help me? Odd, but I'll consider it. Before anything else, though, must insist you drink our signature remedy, Sleepless Rhapsody. Everyone's a fan. You may find it teensiest touch too sour for your taste, but it'll set you right. Just tip it down your throat.
Well, what do you think? It's a traditional Malala recipe.
Refreshing. Sour. Delicious. Refreshing.
That means it's working.
I'm put in mind of the gelatin I had at the studium. Nutritious, they assured me.
I can relate all too well. It's not unlike the syrup leader used to make. Black as pitch and sour as sin. Though, there's no better cure for fatigue.
You know, Raha, going to bed at a reasonable hour would be the best cure. Oh, that's... I do feel shockingly refreshed.
Perhaps it stimulates the body's ability to process ether and hastens regenerative functions.
Indeed, it does. It also counteracts some of the effects of excess lightning, and helps to calm the nerves besides.
Which is why you serve it whenever there's a breach in the barrier.
Our Malala ancestors came from the lushest of lands, so they developed all sorts of natural remedies. We strive to carry on their traditions. And I'm sure you see why. Really hits the spot, doesn't it? Now, welcome to Treno.
I forgot to introduce myself, didn't I? Well, I'm Lummel. That was me announcing our victory earlier, and since Grandmother sent you to help with repairs, you'll know I'm her grandson. I'm in charge of resolving any problems the people of Treno may have. My favorite kinds of work include taste testing menu items, carrying medium-sized objects, searching for lost possessions of immense value. Oh, and it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. A 100 Beyond the Mountains. Have any already? Complete. We now enter Mistwake with a party of NPC avatars. To make use of this feature, open the Trust interface located under Duty in the main menu. Duty. Level 100, Around the City. The mule is not yet ready to release you to the sweet meditations of manual labor. Ah yes, the repairs. Are you certain you want to be put to work? If you've come all the way out to visit us, you must have had more important things in mind, and if you've already helped protect the city... Actually, our goal was to ascertain the present state of the Mist Continent. Whole continent? You come from across the sea? Not exactly. We've actually come from Alexandria. Alexandria? Are you quite sure? No, sorry, of course you're sure. It would be rude of me to doubt you. It's just, it's not every day that we get visitors, let alone from a nation that up and vanished. I know that it must come as something of a shock. But this is our first time in Treno, and we should like to get to know the city and its people. That is why we propose lending a hand to those in need. I see, in that case. Why don't you help distribute this remedy to the rest of our people? Ordinarily, everyone would have come for a cup, but the fiends made quite a mess this time. Might be a while before some can step away from their work. Never fear, though, even if their hands are busy, they'll be more than happy to spare a few words for fascinating folks from afar. We would appreciate that. Thank you, Lamol. You're the ones doing me a favor, honestly. Here, take this back. I'll deliver some to Town Hall so you can attend to the area you haven't seen yet. We split up. We can spend more time speaking with the locals while ensuring everyone receives the remedy promptly. Could you each take a portion? Of course, I haven't had my fill of conversation yet. Rest assured that I can handle pouring liquid into a cup. I too should be glad to dole out a few servings. Wonderful, let me divide this up. Why don't you make rounds of the southern part of the city? Raha and I shall tend to the north. Right, let's go and acquire some insights. Okay. must be one of those visitors Lamole mentioned. Odd place to be visiting, no? Oh, you came to deliver the remedy. Thank you kindly. I was hauling beast carcasses in for processing and copped a good dose of discharged energy for my troubles. It brought on the Levin sickness, something fierce. Still, we don't go hunting outside the barrier, so we don't want to waste any part of the creatures that find their way in. Pelts they're highly charged with lightning ether are the most valuable, of course. Fan them with the right stuff and you can turn them into protective clothing that keeps you from getting zapped. Beast you felled will all be put to good use. Thanks again. You're that mighty monster slayer I saw earlier. It's an honor. And you've brought Sleepless Rhapsody. Bless you, I'm dead on my feet after that battle. We don't usually have that many beasts breaking through at once. Practice keeps one's skills sharp, though, so in a way I'm glad for it, and I learned a thing or two from watching you. Well, I can hardly wait to get to work on my grimoire. I have a number of ideas for improved geometries. But the thoughtful application of new learning is what keeps our ancestors' magic alive and flourishing. There's a fresh face if I ever saw one, and what's that in your hand? Oh, don't mind if I do. Safety inspections take priority, but the battle doesn't feel over until I've had a cup of Sleepless Rhapsody. Proud to say that I have some small part in preparing it, too. The herbs come from my very own growery. One of the greatest discoveries of our time is that seeds carried in by invading creatures can be cultivated into remarkable plants with the potential to mitigate the lightning's effects. And with as many hides as we have this time, not to mention stomachs, it's entirely possible we'll find new varieties of herbs among our harvest. Between the three of us, we ought to have covered every area aside from Lumol's. One of the people I spoke with asked me to pass something along to him, but he hasn't returned yet. In the meantime, shall we discuss what we've learned?
Fascinating. I appreciate your thoroughness in recounting the details. I too learned much, as I helped to treat the injured's wounds. The Malala's curative magics appear identical to Spheen's. This means that either her tutor was a Malala as well, or that the art had spread all throughout the Ninth. Then there are the symbols and tomes, which are highly reminiscent of Arcanima. If these elements indeed originated with the arcane geometries of the South Sea Isles, as in the source, 'tis curious that they have developed in so similar a manner on this shard.
Mind you don't share that with any other graduates of the Faculty of the Arcane, lest they beat you to publication.
Did you learn aught of note, Raha?
I spoke with one of Treno's storekeepers about how they obtain their supplies. Though they are few and far between, other settlements yet exist on the Mist continent, with a rail system facilitating the flow of goods between them. Unfortunately, barrier breaches trigger an emergency failsafe on the main line, so the train is presently stopped at a midway point until operations can resume. There are also maritime routes, but they see only occasional use. Often, as now, Treno must make do with what is to hand.
In addition to this constant state of scarcity, much of Treno's populace suffers from Levin sickness, not to mention the frequent attacks on the city and the resulting casualties. Yet everyone we've spoken with seems undaunted by these hardships. They are not only surviving, they are happy in spite of it all.
Where there is life, there is hope. And when one believes in a better future, a tomorrow even the slightest bit brighter than today, there is naught to be done but build it. Until, stone by stone, the city rises.
A noble city with noble purpose.
Is aught the matter, Lowell?
I think I've dropped something and now I can't find it anywhere. I'm doomed.
Oh, is it this by chance? While I was distributing the remedy, I was asked to pass it along to you.
Yes! That's it! Yes! I'm not doomed.
Is that a tracking device?
You've a keen eye for technology. This thing picks up on the ether of the creatures that get through the barrier.
That explains how you knew when they'd been vanquished.
Exactly. It shouldn't show anything now, but I can switch it on like so.
Uh-oh.
No, 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 no! She's going to kill me! Say, how'd you like to meet my sister Ayane? She's an electro engineer, so she knows all sorts of interesting stuff.
He's bringing cover.
I take it she also built that device.
Oh yes, that's my sister. She's a genius. Everyone says so. And she won't kill me in front of other people. Probably. I mean, wouldn't it be interesting to watch her work? Maybe you can even help. It'd be, you know, edifying? Please! I beg you! Please!
I suppose that's that then.
The 100 around the city, complete.